Hello, good morning, or whenever you are watching this, it is morning for me though. And today, I've never really shared this with anyone, but for some reason, it's easier for me to share it with, like, the internet and put it on YouTube. Today I have something to share with you. When I was, I guess, I think it started near the end of preschool. I was separated from my dad for a year, and it caused depression. So what happened is, I guess my mom was having some trouble with work or something, so we moved to my grandma's, and that was okay because I was with more of my family then. But when I finished preschool, we moved out, and I thought, we're going back to my dad's, I'm gonna see my dad again. But apparently that was not what happened. So we went to my mom's friends for, she didn't really say how long. But I figured just a few days or something, or even just the day. We stayed the weekend, and Monday came, and I woke up really early because I was like, oh yay, Dad's house, we're going back to Dad's now, and I was really excited. But no, that's not really what happened. So I asked my mom, when are we going to see Dad again? She said, let's wait till after lunch, we'll have some lunch and then we'll go. So I was like, okay, that's good. We had lunch, but after lunch, we never really left. I asked my mom, why haven't we gone yet? She said, yeah, we're gonna leave in a few minutes, let me just get some of my things, and we'll go. So okay, because you gotta pack up before you leave, but, soon it became dark, and I started to really wonder things. And my mom fed me dinner, but honestly I didn't feel like eating. I just wanted to go home. And I wondered, why haven't we gone yet? And that's when my mom decided to tell me that her headlight is broken and she can't drive because it's dark. So I thought, why didn't we leave before then? But she said we just couldn't because I was busy on the phone with the company that can fix my car. So I thought, that's understandable. She said that she would call them back and it will be fixed within a few days. So I thought, okay, I really wanted to go see my dad, but that is understandable. So the next day, we were, everything was great, but a few days later, it had been actually like a week. And I thought, okay, so maybe they're just not closed. But then I started to really become worried because, it's a week later. I'm a little bit scared. I started kindergarten by then, and, so that was like, yeah, I started kindergarten. My summer vacation really wasn't that long. I don't really remember my summer vacation, honestly. But I started kindergarten, and it had kind of been a while. And that's when I started to realize, no, something's not right, because, we have drived around a lot lately, and there were times where we drove around and it was about time for her to put on her headlights, and she was just trying to keep up the act. That's when I realized, no, it's not her headlights. Like, something really is wrong here. Like, I don't think we're going back to see my dad anytime soon. And I was right. Because after a few months passed by, I still hadn't seen my dad even once. I had no contact with him. No calling, no texting, no FaceTime at all. I never saw him in person. I never heard about him. His name hadn't been mentioned very often. I mentioned him a few times because I missed him, but my mom and my friend and my mom and my mom's friend never mentioned my dad that whole time. And I became depressed because I missed him and I knew something was wrong. I wasn't sure what. And I started not being able to sleep at night because I was busy thinking about, will I see my dad? When am I going to see him? And it had been a few months by then, and about a month later passed by, and it became a problem for me because I didn't want to tell anyone that I was depressed because I didn't want to hurt their feelings and make them feel like I'm not happy here. I knew I wasn't happy here where I was at my mom's friend's house. I knew I wasn't happy there. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want them to feel worried. But I really was kind of depressed. And then after a little while, it started to get really bad. It became like an actual problem. Like, it was really serious. I started to think, well, if I can't be with my dad, why don't I just run away? And that wasn't even the worst of it. I actually packed a bag with food and water, and I stole some of my mom's friend's money off his counter. And usually I would never do this, but I thought, okay, if they're gonna separate me from my dad, I'm gonna need some money to go back to his house. Also, they've done this. This is exactly what I thought in my head. They've done this to me. He doesn't deserve this money because he separated me from my dad. I still couldn't figure out why. I just knew I wanted to be with my dad. So I took the money and I shoved it in my pocket and I left. I started walking around throughout the community to try and find a way out of the community. And I realized that I was too scared and I didn't even know where my dad was and how to get to him. So I went back home to my mom's friend's house. And I was really scared to come up with this idea. I think I really was. But I decided, I'm gonna hurt myself. And I tried. I literally tried everything I could think of until it got to the point where I knew how to. I knew exactly a really good way that I could, but I was too scared to do it. And I knew that it would kill me, but I was too scared. So I decided to ask my friend at school the next day if she could come over to my house while everyone's gone and kill me. But I decided not to ask her to do that because I don't want her to think I was crazy, I guess, or scared for me, even though I knew she should be. So I didn't say anything. And every time I walked into that kitchen to grab something, I looked back at the knife that my mom's friend had on the table next to the food. And I thought in my head, I kind of reached my hand out to grab it. And I stared at it while it was in my hand. I kind of pointed it to myself, to my chest, or my stomach. And I thought in my head, as much as I want to do this, I'm too scared to do it by myself, but I know no one else is going to do it for me. And so I thought, maybe if I put myself on pain medication, I won't feel anything. So, a few weeks later, my mom's friend started to have a lot of pain. So I went over and I took the pain medicine. Then I realized I was too scared to swallow a pill, so I didn't take the pain medicine. And so after that, a few months later, I did go back to my dad's, and I was really happy, and I started first grade. I'm in 7th grade now, today. But that was a long time ago. When I was in 3rd grade, my depression came back to me because I lost my dog, Penny. She was about 4 years old when she died, and she was my best friend, even though she was a dog. She was really my best friend. And it kind of put depression on me for that year. I started to forget about it a little bit more the next year, because, I don't know. But then it kind of came back to me in 5th grade, and it really bothered me. Now I'm used to it. I'm like not sad about her being gone, because it's been a while. I know she's gone. Before that I thought, what if she's still out there? What if someone found her? But now I think it's been too long. I don't think anyone's found her if she was out there. I think she died of starvation or thirst if she was out there. Or maybe she did die that night that my grandma said she died. I don't know. But yeah, in 5th grade, it wasn't the beginning of 5th grade, it was more near the end of 5th grade. I started not wanting to really hang out with my friends. I would kind of isolate myself. And it went away the last couple of weeks of school because I was like excited, I'm going to end the year and I can go back to my school next year. And that summer, I didn't want to hang out with anyone. I didn't want to talk to any of my friends. I kind of isolated myself in my room because I was just missing Penny. She seemed like my only real friend at that moment, and I had lost my friend. But now, and then I just finished 6th grade. Starting 6th grade, I was completely fine, and there were some days where I missed her more than others, but I wouldn't call it depression in 6th grade. So that was my story of what happened to me. Thank you for listening. And if you have any stories to share, put them in the comment box down below if you'd want to share them with me. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening to my story. Thank you very much. I am a lot better now. I do not have depression or sadness, usually ever. So thank you for watching, and I really hope to listen to your story someday.